Story 1. A Haunting Lullaby. The house appeared ordinary as I arrived to babysit, the facade bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun. A seemingly uneventful evening awaited, watching over a toddler in the comfort of their nursery. Little did I know, the nursery held an unsettling secret that would soon unravel before my eyes. The room was adorned with toys, their vibrant colors and innocent appearances belying their sinister nature. As the night settled in, a sense of unease settled over me. Moonlight filtered through the curtains, casting eerie shadows that danced with the shifting toys, as if they held a life of their own. As the toddler drifted into sleep, I settled into the rocking chair, my eyes darting between the moonlit corners of the nursery. It was then that I heard it, a chilling lullaby, soft and haunting, echoing through the halls. The source remained elusive, a melody that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. My heart raced as the toys around the room began to stir, their movements imperceptible yet undeniable. A doll's head turned slightly, a teddy bear seemed to shift its position, and a mobile spun with an eerie grace. I watched in disbelief as the playthings took on a life of their own, their eerie shadows elongating across the floor. The lullaby grew louder, its melody weaving a tapestry of fear and fascination. The moonlight's touch seemed to empower the toys, infusing them with a chilling animation. A sense of dread settled over me as I realized that the nursery held secrets far beyond the realm of the ordinary. With trembling hands, I approached the toy box where a music box lay dormant. As my fingers brushed against it, the music box began to play the lullaby, its melody filling the room with an otherworldly resonance. The chilling notes seemed to resonate with the very walls, as if the house itself was responding to the haunting tune. The moonlight's touch cast elongated shadows that danced with the moving toys, their eerie forms taking on a life of their own. The room seemed to pulse with an energy that defied explanation, a connection between the spectral and the living that left me both terrified and entranced. As the night deepened, the lullaby's melody reached a crescendo, its chilling echoes reverberating through the very core of my being. The toys' movements became more pronounced, their eerie dance a testament to the nursery's unsettling secret. The moon's light seemed to heighten the sense of foreboding, casting an otherworldly glow on the animated playthings. With a final haunting note, the lullaby faded into the silence, leaving behind an air of stillness that was almost suffocating. The toys returned to their positions, their eerie shadows retreating into the corners of the room. The moonlight's touch seemed to lessen, as if the night itself had exhaled a sigh of relief. As dawn approached, I left the nursery, my heart heavy with the weight of the night's unsettling events. The sun's rays broke through the curtains, casting a warm and reassuring light on the room. Yet, the memory of the chilling lullaby and the dance of the animated toys remained etched in my mind, a reminder that even the most seemingly ordinary places can hold secrets that defy the boundaries of reality. Story 2. The Knocking. The old mansion stood as a relic of a forgotten era, its grandeur overshadowed by an eerie stillness that seemed to permeate every corner. As I settled into my role as babysitter, my senses were on high alert. The playroom held a collection of toys, each one exuding an unsettling aura as they stared at me with their lifeless eyes. The children, wide-eyed and curious, laughed and played in the playroom, seemingly oblivious to the mansion's chilling atmosphere. But then, the knocking began, soft and gentle at first, barely audible over their laughter. They seemed to hear it before I did, their expressions turning puzzled as they glanced towards the windows and doors. As the night deepened, the knocking grew louder, like the desperate plea of a lost soul. I finally caught the sound, my heart skipping a beat as I listened to the rhythmic taps on the windows and doors. the mansion's imposing windows became a canvas for the shadows that danced outside, their movements a macabre ballet that sent shivers down my spine. The children's laughter faded into uneasy silence, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and curiosity. I tried to reassure them, to dismiss the knocking as a mere trick of the wind. But as the night wore on, the tapping turned into loud banging, the force behind it rattling the very foundations of the mansion. Outside, the darkness seemed to press against the windows, as if trying to force its way in. The knocking turned to desperate pounding, and the mansion's walls seemed to vibrate with each impact. The children's faces turned pale, their once eager smiles replaced with terror-stricken expressions. As the mansion's halls echoed with the sound of banging and the children's frightened screams, my own fear grew in tandem. The unsettling aura of the playroom now seemed to permeate the entire mansion, a testament to the horrors that had unfolded within its walls. The windows became a portal to the unknown, revealing only glimpses of the darkness that lurked outside. The mansion's grandeur had turned into an ominous spectacle, its elegance now a haunting reminder of the terror that had taken hold. The children huddled close to me, seeking refuge from the bone-chilling sounds that echoed through the night. I tried to calm them, my voice quivering as I attempted to offer reassurance. As the knocking turned to pounding and the mansion seemed to shake with the force of the unseen assailant, our fear reached its peak. The children's tears mingled with my own, our collective terror binding us together in a nightmarish embrace. The mansion's walls seemed to close in around us, a prison of dread that held us captive in its grasp. And then, as abruptly as it had begun, the pounding ceased. The mansion's silence was almost deafening, a stark contrast to the tumultuous symphony that had unfolded just moments before. The windows held only darkness, as if the very night had swallowed whatever entity had tormented us. As dawn's light began to pierce through the windows, the mansion seemed to exhale a sigh of relief, as if releasing the weight of the night's horrors. The children clung to me, their fear still palpable, and we stepped out of the mansion into the gentle embrace of the morning sun. The playroom and the rest of the mansion had returned to their lifeless state, the toys gazing at us with their unseeing eyes. But the memory of the knocking, the pounding, and the bone-chilling terror would forever remain etched in our minds, a reminder that some hauntings go beyond the spectral and touch the very essence of our souls. Story 3. The Dying Light of the Park. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over the lively park as I brought the children to play. The park was teeming with life, children laughing, dogs frolicking, and parents chatting. But as the latecomers, I found the children and I parked further from the park's bustling center than I would have liked. The children's excitement was palpable as we joined the throng of people enjoying the vibrant setting. We spent hours playing, laughing, and making memories, the world around us alive with the joy of shared experiences. But as the sun began to dip below the horizon, a subtle shift occurred. Families began to gather their belongings and depart, leaving us alone amidst the fading light. Suddenly, the park that had felt so welcoming began to feel eerie and desolate. The laughter of children faded into the distance, replaced by the unsettling rustle of leaves in the evening breeze. I could sense a growing unease, a feeling that we were intruders in a place that had transformed into something far more sinister as the day waned. As the children's play grew quieter, my eyes were drawn to the edge of the park, where the trees loomed like sentinels against the dying light. There, amidst the shadows, stood a mysterious figure, its form barely discernible. It seemed to watch us with an intensity that sent a shiver down my spine, its gaze unrelenting as the darkness deepened. An uneasy feeling settled in the pit of my stomach, and I urged the children to gather their things so we could leave. But the path back to the car was elusive. and what had once been a vibrant park now felt like a labyrinth of uncertainty. Panic began to set in as the woods seemed to close in around us, the ominous figure still lingering at the edge of our vision. The children's laughter had turned to terrified screams as we stumbled through the darkness, our footsteps echoing in the silence. The figure seemed to shadow our every move, its eyes glowing like malevolent beacons in the night. The woods seemed to whisper with secrets that only intensified our fear. Desperation fueled our steps as we retraced our path, the darkness making it impossible to discern landmarks. The figure's presence crept closer, its sinister aura a constant reminder of the danger that lurked just beyond the trees. With every breath, every heartbeat, the feeling of impending doom grew stronger. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, a break in the trees revealed the faint glimmer of headlights in the distance. We raced toward the car, our breathless gasps punctuating the silence of the night. As the children scrambled into the vehicle, I leaped into the driver's seat and glanced out the window one last time. There, just a few feet away, stood the figure, its devious eyes locked onto mine. It laughed, a chilling sound that seemed to pierce through the darkness. Its heavy breaths hung in the air, a sinister reminder of the danger we had narrowly escaped. With trembling hands, I started the car and sped away, the park's desolate emptiness fading into the distance. The weight of the encounter would forever haunt us, a reminder that even in the most familiar of places, darkness and danger could lurk just beyond the light's reach. Thanks for tuning in to another episode from the Alley of Nightmares. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Until next time.